On the 11th day of our Camino, we began our hike from Belorado at 5:45 in the morning, in misty weather and chilly temperatures, with the goal of reaching Burgos some 50 kilometers ahead. We wasted no time and increased our walking speed to beat the cold and warm up our bodies. It was cold enough that our breath was visible in the air. As we ventured deeper into the open space, I once again encountered Jochen and Lothar, familiar faces from the previous day's portraits. This place had good breakfast. We stopped for a greasy, protein-packed breakfast, reveling in every single calorie as we knew we would need the energy.
Out of the world, and you've got 10K done.
A long hike such as this one is an interesting thing. The kilometers drop faster if your mind is set on the fact that you'll be covering a lot of them. The rapid succession of kilometers covered becomes significantly more manageable when one's focus lies firmly on the immensity of the distance yet to be conquered. Suddenly, 10 kilometers feels like a breeze, and 20 kilometers becomes a leisurely stroll. The misty weather adds a mysterious beauty to the forest, creating a spellbinding landscape reminiscent of a fairy tale. The path is sometimes muddy and slippery, adding a taste of adventure. Even on a gray day, witnessing the blossoming resurgence of nature during the season of spring is an awe-inspiring spectacle. As to why I chose to do the Camino again, the Camino has lingered persistently in my thoughts, maintaining a constant presence at the edge of my consciousness. That first pilgrimage left an indelible mark upon my spirit, its beauty and profound impact forever etched in my memory. Even in my sleep, the Camino manifested itself through recurrent dreams, a testament to the enduring hold it possessed over me. Despite this, I felt a sense of trepidation, a hesitation to revisit the sacred ground of my initial magical experience. Then one day, Jim, a friend I made on that first Camino, reached out and asked if I wanted to join him on a second journey that he was planning. Jim's nudge made the decision easy for me, and now here I am, walking the Camino for a second time. About 3 hours in, we discovered a place to snack and grab some much-needed coffee. Caffeine and sugar, essential ingredients for our stamina, revitalized us and pushed us onward on our journey. As we continued, we came across a weary wild horse, adding to the mystical atmosphere on a mountainous adventure. So this is where we stayed last year. It's about 25 kilometers from Belorado, but we're gonna breeze straight through all the way to Burgos. During a break, we run into Bernardo from Brazil again, a heart surgeon I had nicknamed Dr. Beat when we'd first met on that second night at that albergue with the great roast chicken.
Not bad.
Unlike you. Short break over. Now we're gonna hit that mountain and drop into Burgos. And before you know it, we're over that last hill, and we can see Burgos on the horizon. Which doesn't mean we're anywhere close to it, however. It's still a long walk ahead. We're starting to feel a little sore, too. There's only so much your body can take.
Banana for size. It's huge.
It's an odd thing. Chocolate and bread, big. Approaching Burgos, you traverse the city's industrial zones and urban sprawl, creating a sudden contrast and abrupt dissonance after being in nature for so long. Walking alongside a tire factory and its acrid emissions sharply contrasts with the clean air we had been breathing in the wilderness. Remembering this questionable experience from the previous year, we decided to find the alternative route that takes us southwest of the airport. It was a bit tricky to locate and involved a detour, but we were determined to take that path. The vastness of the airport becomes apparent as we walk its length, a reminder of the disparity between humans and technology. It took us about an hour to walk by it, while an airplane could cover it in just a few seconds. Interestingly, we passed the 42-kilometer marathon mark as we walked by the runway. There's a river by which we will swim into Burgos. Exploring a city on foot reveals its true scale. After leaving the outskirts of Burgos, it felt like an eternity to reach the city center. After such a long journey, the few remaining kilometers seemed endless, testing our endurance.
¿Dónde está la cerveza?
No, nowhere.
Getting close. Getting close. I'm
Not
excited.
close enough.
Burgos. Or are we?
She's over this. She's just.
You don't want to see the card.
After we arrived at our destination, it was obvious that walking anymore was out of the question. Thankfully, we have 3 rest days ahead of us. Our first priority was finding food and enjoying a well-deserved cerveza.
Emily, you like it? You like the city or what? Come on.
You want it? You want to eat this place in the corner over here? I hear it's decent.
Yeah.
Oh, smile!
Reviewing your workout tracking data on your iPhone can evoke a sense of accomplishment, but to be frank, do these statistics really matter? Sure, completing a 51-kilometer walk is an achievement. However, what truly matters is the overall experience rather than the activity tracked by our devices. We maintained an average walking pace of 5.5 kilometers an hour, even when traversing mountains, which is quite respectable for this distance. While I consider myself a fast walker, Jim is in a league of his own. It is nearly impossible to keep up with him during long distances. Most pilgrims might argue that the Camino is not a race, and that is true. However, it undeniably requires a high level of physical endurance, and from time to time it is intriguing to test our limits. When one's mind is set on covering a 50-kilometer distance in a day, it is possible to achieve that goal, even if it means walking continuously for 9.5 hours.
So my bag's already there.
It's astonishing how your body yearns for food following such a demanding hike. And at Pizza Competencia, where every €2 glass of wine includes a delicious slice of pizza, we successfully satisfied our hunger. After this demanding walk, we pretty much collapsed, and the following day, the remaining members of our group trickled in, and our gang reunited. Burgos remained chilly, and it was clear that I had not packed enough layers to keep warm. Adding more layers of clothing helped, but it didn't completely solve the issue. To be honest, the days in Burgos felt like an Arctic expedition. We satisfied our post-walk cravings by indulging in churros dipped in rich chocolate, numerous cups of coffee, ice cream, and of course, amazingly delectable pinchos.
Hey, I need a photo real quick. Okay.
Wait, I love that. Yeah. Wait, that means that like.
Bar punch up. But upstairs. Upstairs is.
We settled on Pancho restaurant for our group dinner, relishing a delicious and generous Spanish feast. Communal Camino dinners are always a fantastic time.
Excited.
Oh, black pudding, no, black pudding.
The city takes on a different character when the sun is absent. Even the stores seem to close earlier, including the fantastic ice cream shop I had fond memories of. Nevertheless, our craving for ice cream persisted, leading us to a fast food chain for a late-night ice cream fix. It was a much better option than going without ice cream entirely.
Another morning in Burgos. It's nice to be here.
During our 3-night stay in Burgos, we took the opportunity to explore this beautiful city, just as we did last year. It's a fantastic way to spend time, and a welcome change from the permanent walking. The significant difference this time is the biting cold, and my clothing proved inadequate for the chilly temperatures. I have no choice but to rush back indoors to escape the cold, trying to stay warm.
Getting some pictures.
Never say back to you. I wanna so much get a follow from you. Share a bottle with you. Fall in love in a dark room. It's when the lights go out. Let your brightness come out. You're something like a blue moon. So sing it out for her.
Oh yeah, this is not tapas. That's happening.
In between. What's
We gathered at local bars for drinks because, as the saying goes, a little alcohol can warm you from the inside. However, none of us was exactly brimming with energy. The weather forecast indicated that the cold would continue. As the final night in Burgos came to an end, it became clear that both Evan and Jim would need to leave us early, meaning Burgos was the end of the road for them. This was unexpected and a significant and melancholic blow to our group. There was a sense that our Camino unit could unravel without Jim, our driving force, and Evan, our permanent fountain of positivity. Tomorrow would mark a cut and the beginning of a noticeable change in our Camino. How will this change affect us? Feel free to subscribe and keep following along if you're eager to discover what the Camino has in its future for us. The Camino always presents unexpected twists and turns, and embracing the unexpected is a fundamental aspect of this extraordinary pilgrimage.